Sancho deal done in the next few days. His replacement already lined up as Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos lay out their plans and their transfer structure for Manchester United going forward this year. Not quite this January. They have been now, we've heard that there is talks for Ineos actually not wanting to sign anybody permanently in January. We'll get into that because there is also a meeting today with Ten Hag and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. They are about to sit down for the first time. We've got more details on Manchester United's centre-back situation at the moment. If it is just loans, who is going to come in, if anyone? Where are the priorities? It does look like it is in the out section right now with Manchester United. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Welcome along, everybody. Make sure you do give the video a like. We're going through everything that has broke overnight and all of the news for Manchester United this morning, of which there is absolutely loads going on. We've got wingers, we've got forwards, we've got centre-backs, we've got meetings, we've got plans laid out, we've got possible incomings in the staffing section as well for Manchester United, and everything else, along with all of your thoughts on everything that's going on right now. It is my opinion, I'm the one who's talking, but as always, I want your thoughts on everything. So get into the chat, make sure you do give the video a like, and if you are tuning in thinking, what the hell is this? I didn't know this channel existed. Well, welcome along. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and you will see all of the best content on YouTube, especially surrounding Manchester United daily here with me. So, guys, hello. Hope you're all doing well. What happened after the show that we did last night? Well, quite a lot more detail, in fact. There is an awful lot going on with Manchester United right now, as we knew there would be with a transfer window being open, rumour mill and everything else that comes along with Manchester United, as always. And yeah, there is more detail on the Jadon Sancho deal, which is taking priority this morning with a lot of the media and a lot of the journalists. More detail coming in terms of the fees, how long it's going to take. We'll get into that now, first of all. So, Jadon Sancho for Manchester United. This deal now looks like it could be finalised before the weekend. Jadon Sancho wants this to happen. Dortmund are happy to bring Jadon Sancho back, and Manchester United are happy that this is going to happen. They want him out as quick as possible for Ten Hag. So Florian Plettenberg, Sky Sports News Germany, has said that this deal is now expected to be finalised this week. It's not going to drag on. All parties are already far down the line in terms of negotiations. Fabrizio Romano has also backed that up. Nearly everyone in the media has said exactly the same thing. Christian Folk actually come out this morning with a bit of detail on the sums and the fees and everything that's involved. So if you haven't been looking around social media or seen the news, it's reported, and Folk said, according to our information, the total amounts that Dortmund will pay for Jadon Sancho to Manchester United will be in the region of 3.5 million euros, including salary and loan fee. And that is a 6-month deal until the summer. So Dortmund are going to be forking out around 3.5 million euros. What's that? Around about 3 million quid for Manchester United for Jadon Sancho. Now, that includes the wages and the loan fee. So obviously the loan fee is not a lot. How much of the wages are Manchester United going to be covering? You have to sort of break Jadon Sancho's wages down for the next 6 months, what it's going to be, and try and figure it out with them sums there. We will get more information regarding how much Manchester United are paying, but no one has come out with an exact figure yet on what the wage structure is going to be for this loan deal. So, like we found out with Donny van der Beek with Frankfurt, I think Manchester United will pay a sum. I don't actually think we're going to know how much that's going to be in this. We don't know how much it is with Donny van der Beek. No one knows for definite, and I don't think we will with Jadon Sancho. I don't think Manchester United want to embarrass themselves anymore with this Jadon Sancho saga. It's bad enough that they are having to pay some of his wages and he's not performing for Manchester United, and it is quite significant. But also the fact that they just want this, and this is why this is moving very quickly for United. They want this all wrapped up, finalised, done, everything all out the way so Ten Hag can now concentrate. I think we've moved fast under Ineos. I think Manchester United have just agreed to go along with what the manager said. We discussed that last night, and I feel like that is the right way to go right now. You've got to back the manager, I feel, with new ownership coming in at first and give the manager time. And obviously Jadon Sancho has done nothing, and he's wanted out of Manchester United by pretty much everyone, it would seem. So Ineos, easy decision. I think they've just made it simple for Dortmund. The fee looks set. Everything looks like it's in place. It's just a case now of, I feel, Jadon Sancho agreeing the terms and Manchester United saying bye-bye for the rest of the season to Jadon Sancho. He's off and that is put aside. I think we can all just put that to bed soon. Hope that is the case. I hope it is done this week. We just don't need any drawn-out sagas, especially with people leaving United. It's bad enough when we're trying to get players through the door and everything that comes with United and getting that deal, any of them sort of deals done. I think for this one, we just need to see the back of Jadon Sancho and say, c'est la vie, thanks for your time. Hopefully you come back a different player and we can move forward from there. And like I said last night, we just don't know if Ten Hag is even going to be in place at Manchester United when Jadon Sancho comes back. So when Sancho does go, which he is going to be going this week, don't think that that is going to be the end of the saga. Don't think that that is going to be the end of the Jadon Sancho situation, because he could possibly be coming back to a completely new Manchester United in the summer with a new coaching team, new manager, everything, because big changes are coming for United, as we all know. And yeah, this deal is not done. This situation with Manchester United and Sancho is nowhere near complete yet. So just stay tuned to that one. And let's just hold off on saying that this is the end of Sancho's United career. I'm not letting it go just yet. I personally, and the way he's been, don't want him at Manchester United. But someone else may do. And he may come back a changed man. You don't know. And that's what we're saying in all of this. Just make sure that you are prepared for what is about to come. Because the side act of this is the news today that broke that Manchester United are interested in Michael Olise from Crystal Palace. Now, everybody knows that Michael Olise signed a new deal. Chelsea triggered the release clause for Olise in the summer, which was, I think, just around the £35 million mark. United now are set to make Michael Olise their target, one of their number one targets for the summer. Now, reading into this and the news that come out this morning, United looking to trigger the winger's release clause, which will become active in the summer. So his release clause will be active in the summer. And that is thought to be only a little higher than the 35 million release clause that existed in the previous deal, which was Chelsea's offer to Crystal Palace then. He decided to sign a new 4-year deal, and it is going to take a bit of The unknown with this and Michael Olise, I would say, is how much is that release clause going to be? Now, reports are saying it's not much more than what it was. I think that would be one of them deals that Parish has put in place, is to say, look, we need you this season. Can you give us another full season and we will agree to you getting more wages for this 1 year, and if someone comes in, we won't stop you moving if you want to go. I feel like that was that sort of deal that was made. We kind of need you here. And let's not forget, Olise had a really bad injury at the start of the season as well. And by the way, his numbers are actually better than near enough all of Manchester United's forwards, and that's with that hamstring injury as well. So kind of shows where and why a lot of Premier League big guns, Liverpool as well, I think Manchester City are interested as well. So there is big competition, and I think this is, again, we're going to see in this January window what Ineos are made of in terms of how brutal they can be. But we're also going to see how adventurous they are and how, what's the word I'm looking for? How tough and how hard they're willing to be when it comes to incomings, because they're going to have to go head to head with some big players for players like Olise. So United, according to reports, and that is with everyone this morning again, he is a target for Manchester United in the summer. Now, I haven't got any issues with that type of player. Young, fast, skillful, end product. He looks like he's got everything to his game. 22-year-old, already Premier League proven. All the top guns want him. So why should Manchester United not? And I think that's right. We should be in for him. Definitely. But the problem I've got with the Michael Olise situation and Manchester United wanting him is that we're talking about Jadon Sancho right now. He's not left Manchester United. Let's just get this clear. Michael Olise, another winger, and we're talking about maybe a replacement. Maybe Olise's a replacement for Jadon Sancho. Let's not forget what we've got. We've got two awkward situations on that right-hand side right now in Jadon Sancho and Antony. Do we have to sell both Sancho and Antony for Olise to come in? That's the question I want answering, first of all. Is that Manchester United's plan? Is there room for a new signing for Ten Hag if Antony isn't working? I think questions are going to be asked. And like I said last night in the show, Erik Ten Hag is going to be set targets by Ineos. It's quite clear that that is going to be the way it goes. He's going to have to prove himself over these next few months. So is Olise a Erik Ten Hag signing, or is this something that is now just a player that's been brought up by Manchester United's current recruitment? Obviously, as we know, Ineos haven't been agreed yet by the Premier League, and they are just being vetoed basically on any deal that goes through in January. But in terms of players coming in January, the rumour is Ineos have said that is a no-go. No permanent deals will be done in January. We are now waiting for the summer transfer window, and that is it. That's all you're going to be getting. Loans, that's all we're going to get this summer. So Olise, I feel it's the right sort of player, but I feel like there's massive hurdles in the way. Antony, Sancho, do both of them need to be out of the door before Olise comes in? Is it pointless Olise coming to United with both of them players there? How will Ineos get this deal done when you've got them players in the way? The blockers, as I say. That's what the big issue is with Olise. I've got no issue with the player. I've got no issue with what he is and how good he is. I just feel like we have got a problem in the way of this deal happening, in the fact that we've already got too many players on that side, and players that are massively underperforming and are real issues in terms of getting them out of the door. We're seeing right now with Jadon Sancho, the problem we've got in trying to get him out of the door. We're actually having to take the hit to make this deal happen. So I'm looking at it and I'm going, I'm not convinced that this is just a foregone conclusion, and because Ineos have set their sights on Olise, it's going to happen. It's not going to work like that. It can't work like that. We've got issues in our own club for getting players out of the way, and obviously Olise is going to attract attention from other clubs that are already well settled. I mean, you've got Liverpool and Manchester City. Everything, they know their structure. They know what they're doing. Manchester United are still trying to put pieces in place and getting Ineos actually in situ, and their whole structure and all the people that need to be let go, because there is going to be some firing, and then they need to get the hiring going as well. So all of that has still got to happen, and that's going to happen between now and the end of the season. So you're hoping that everything is in place by the time the summer transfer window opens. That's what we need. We need Ineos to be comfortable, already have people in place, like I said, and everything starting to motor and everything starting to move. That's what we need in place before anything happens with Olise. And City and Liverpool, other clubs have already got their ships in order, and everything is working right for them. So let's just wait this one out. Olise, I don't think will be going anywhere in January, so that's good for United. We need a little bit of time with this one, I feel. I think we do need to, like I said, everything needs to be in place, and hopefully we're not up against some of the big guns. And a lot of this does depend on where Manchester United ultimately finish this season as well, and why I said it's important for Ten Hag to actually prove to Ineos that he is worth investment, because that's what we're looking at right now. Ten Hag is not going to be doing anything else but coaching that first team and making sure Manchester United are working well on the pitch. Yes, he'll have a say on transfers. I think that's another rumour that's going around right now, that he will have to veto certain transfers as well. It's the three-way street that we already talked about. The club, the players' representatives, and the manager. Erik Ten Hag wants this to happen. There are reports this morning that Ineos are still 50-50 with Ten Hag. While everything isn't in place still, and the pieces of the puzzle aren't all put together, I think the jury is still going to be out from Ineos' side to Erik Ten Hag. I don't feel like he is completely safe. Or it's a good sign that Sancho is going. I think that is backing. It's a bit of backing. It's not I would say I was going on last night like it's mega back, and I think we all knew that Sancho wanted out anyway. If he's not going to apologise to the manager, the easiest thing to do is just to get him out the door, try and reassess everything, give Ineos a chance to get the feet under the table, and then look again in the summer. Because if Sancho has a absolute bonanza and hits the ground running in Dortmund and has a great end to the season, what are Manchester United going to do then? Are they just going to use that and say, look, he's added value to his price tag, at least? This is United's plan. I feel United's plan is everything goes well for Sancho and his price tag and his value holds, and we can maybe get something for him in the summer. Whether it be 40, 50 million, cut down price from what we invested. I think that would balance the transfer, because what's he on now? He's into his third season now. So, third season into a 5-year contract, 70-odd million you paid. If you're bringing in 50 million, 40, 50 million, then you've pretty much balanced the books in terms of a football business transaction. That's how they would look at it. So, I think this is what United are hoping. But then again, like I said, Sancho might do well in Dortmund and play really well and look great, revitalise his career and everything like that. Ten Hag might not do well at United from now towards the end of the season. What if another manager is in place and Sancho is coming back? He may well want Sancho in that team. And then I think this will automatically prove how much power and how Ineos are going to run Manchester United. If Ten Hag wants that power, still wants to have a big say, and things don't go right from now and towards the end of the season, then I feel like it's going to be easy enough for Ineos to say, all right, Eric, on your way. Sorry, it's not working. And then, if a new manager comes in, that new manager is then going to have to fall into line with all of Ineos' plans and how they want to run it. And I'm pretty much guaranteed that the manager won't be having as big a say as what Eric Ten Hag has got right now. There's a balancing act with Ten Hag and Ineos. Ineos will have their full plan and structure. Ten Hag will give his say, and then we'll see how things pan out from there. But if Eric Ten Hag goes into this meeting, which is apparently today, if he goes into this meeting and starts throwing his weight around, then the pressure is really on Ten Hag and getting performances over this next 3-month period. Sorry, next 3 or 4 months. Because if he doesn't, then it's going to be a simple, sorry, Eric, your time is up, out you go. And that will be 2 years. You'll only have 1 year left. It'll probably be the cheapest pay package that United have had to pay out for getting rid of a manager over the last 10 years, because there's only 1 year left. Everyone else seems to have these long-ass deals, and it's cost the club a fortune. With Ten Hag only having 18 months left on his current deal, let him see out the rest of the season, and then everything else will fall into place, I feel. I would not be surprised if Ten Hag is gone at the end of the season, no matter where he finishes, and Ineos have a new plan in place. We'll see how brutal they are. Ten Hag, I feel, has to get back into the Champions League. Otherwise, I think he's gone. I do. I don't think Manchester United's finances can survive without Champions League football. Everyone will take pay cuts. They are looking to shed loads of wages off the wage bill. Obviously, the big earners, the big players, they're all going. They're all going to be out of the football club. So, yeah, I feel like that's going to be where we're at come the end of the season. Ten Hag has to perform. United need to be in Europe. Otherwise, I can see Ineos pulling the trigger on Ten Hag. I really can. And then we will start to see the real Sir Jim Ratcliffe and how he wants to run this football club. Can everyone in the chat please give the video a like? We are just under the 100 mark now, only a few away. Please do give the video a like, guys, and share the video also. And if you are tuning in for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hope everyone is comfortable and back in work. The weather is still not nice here. Hopefully it's better wherever you are and where you're watching in the world. I'm going to head into the chat now just to see what you guys are saying regarding the Sancho and Olise move. Guys, let me know. Get your comments in. First of all, actually, let's stick a poll up as well. I want some comments on this as well, guys. Olise, is he the right fit for Manchester United? What What do you reckon, guys? Give me your votes right now. We just passed the 100 like mark as well. I want to get your opinions on Olise. Do we agree? Olise won't join that circus, says Steve. Would be nice to have Michael and other chap come in now. Who's the other chap? Don't know who the other chap is. But yes, let me know. Elaborate on the comment section, please, guys, as well. I had a shout out from Pakistan. Awad, hope you're doing well, my friend. Let me know how everyone is and where you're actually watching from as well, guys. But let me know on Olise. It shouldn't be Sancho leaving. It should be the manager. No, United fan, I feel like Sancho definitely needs to go before the manager. The manager's quickly catching him up in terms of the expectation of who he's leaving the football club. But I think everyone knew that Sancho was going in January. I think everyone now is just looking at how quick we can make it happen. And if you are just tuning into the show, we're hearing that this deal for Sancho should be completed this week. Christian Folk, Florian Plettenberg, and Fabrizio Romano, everyone on this Sancho situation is saying exactly the same thing now. It shouldn't take too long. A fee of €3.5 million, including the wage package and the loan fee for Sancho, has been agreed, apparently, around that mark with United and Dortmund. And now it's just a case of signing contracts and everything moving forward there. The other news coming out is the fact that Manchester United are now looking to line up possibly Sancho's replacement in the summer, because it's been said that there is no permanent deals coming in January. We will see on that one. Loanees possibly. But Olise, Michael Olise from Crystal Palace is now on Manchester United's list for the summer. One of their top targets to bring in the summer transfer window. Rory says, I would be worried that he left both Chelsea and City Academy. City Academy was right to get rid of Sancho. Yep. That would be my issue and what I've always said all along. There's too many noises with Jadon Sancho and too much has been said from other clubs for it not just to be United that have got the issue with him. And there is some issue with Jadon Sancho and the way and his attitude and the way he conducts himself around the club. I'm not keen on Olise. It doesn't come across as hungry and ambitious. I get Martial vibes from Olise. Oh, there's one I didn't expect, and Liam, but it's your opinion, and that's what we're all about here. More spin and politics coming out of United Westminster. Bush Pig is not having any of it, it would seem. Sad sack, loved that name. We shouldn't sign anyone until Sir Jim sorts out a director of football and his staff. I do like the sound of that. I like that look on it, Sad sack, I do. And I feel like that's where Manchester United are going. I think the news coming out today regarding Ineos saying there is no permanent deals going to be had in January for Manchester United. I feel like that's important in all of this. I feel like let's get everything in place. Let's get the structure sorted. Let's get everyone in situ that needs to be. And then we'll look at the plan and move forward. We should be then in a perfect position in the summer to actually bring in the right targets that fit the right style of football, the philosophy that we want. Everything will be laid out and easy. I think it's good that Sir Jim is coming in now and isn't spending loads of money or spending anything at all. I think it's too quick. And let's not forget, it hasn't fully been confirmed by the Premier League yet. So effectively they can't do anything. But within the contracts, everything that was structured or was looking to be done and dealt with in January from the previous regime by United, that has to be vetoed by Ineos anyway, and has to go through them, and they have to sign it off. So they have a say, and they can stop things happening, but they have come in, and the word is that they are not looking to bring anything permanent in January. We can go along with the club's ideas of possible loanees coming in, and then we move on from there. When did you start the channel alone? Last time I saw you was on United Stand. This has been going, Suji, for a good few months now, mate. I've left the United Stand. This is where you will catch me, so make sure you do subscribe, pal. That would be lovely. Wonder surely Olise would spell the end of Anthony, says Rory. This is the question I posed again. Do United need to get rid of players before Olise comes in? Let's be honest, Olise is a player that's going to come in and want first-team football. I think he is good enough to demand that. His numbers are already better than Anthony, better than any right winger at Manchester United right now. It's not difficult, I know, but the fact that Olise has been out with hamstring injury for most of the season as well, and his numbers are already better. Kind of tells you the quality that he is. I think he'll want first-team football, and I think Manchester United with players now, they're going to have to start negotiating in like playing time in these contracts. I think they're going to have to get a bit more savvy, because I don't think anyone's going to come into United now and sit behind the likes of Antony. If you're a wing, if you're a forward coming into the club and you know that Antony's in front of you, you're not going to go. You're going to want guarantees put in place. I think United need to get rid of Antony in the summer before anything happens. I think Sancho is priority right now. They can look again at that in the summer. But what this does do with Sancho out the door now and alone is it gives the club and Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos time to get the ship in order and try and pre-negotiate something in terms of them moving on in the summer. It gives them a chance to get everything in place as such. That's what's important. Richie says, Olise, seriously? Palestri is better than him. Antony and Sancho, yet Palestri can't get a game. Sorry, Sancho was right about Ten Hag favourites. This is where Ineos again need to make a decision on Ten Hag. They are going to be watching him and watching him closely. People can pass off my comment that I made last night regarding the biggest thing to come out of Ineos, the 25% stake in Manchester United and Sporting Control, being what their targets are for Eric Ten Hag. But they will be looking at Ten Hag. They will be looking at everything that went wrong, all the noises that were coming out. Like that comment says there, Jadon Sancho's issue with so-called favouritism with certain players. Ineos will be looking at Antony and his performances and why Ten Hag is picking them. If he isn't doing the job, why is he still in the team? Why are younger players not getting the opportunity to come in and show what they can do? I think over this next 4 months now, the back end of this season, we're going to start seeing the likes of Ahmad, the likes of Palestra. This is if they aren't sent out on loan. We're going to start seeing a bit more of these, because Ten Hag, I don't feel, can manage Manchester United the way he has in his first 18 months. There's not a chance he can run it like that. I think it will ultimately be the end of him if he does try and do that. I don't think Ineos are going to stand for it. I think they're going to want to see everything. They're going to want to see how versatile Eric Ten Hag can be. And if he doesn't perform, I think Ten Hag is gone in the summer no matter what happens. Well, no, I won't say no matter what happens. Obviously, that's wrong. But unless Ten Hag brings in the FA Cup or gets Manchester United in the Champions League, I think Ineos will let Ten Hag go at the end of the season. That's just my personal opinion. I think this is a massive, massive 4 months for United. And why I said last night, the biggest thing out of all of what's going on right now with Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in and the meetings and everything that's organised will be the targets that they have got for Eric Ten Hag going forward. I feel like if he doesn't get Champions League football and if he doesn't get the FA Cup, for instance, then Eric Ten Hag's tenure at Manchester, I think he'll be cut off. I think he'll be out of the football club. I don't think Ineos are going to settle for that. They've got form for sacking managers already in Nice, and this is the biggest club with a massive, massive investment. They're coming in to run the sporting side. What can they control? They can't control what the Glazers do from their side. They cannot make any investment work for them from the commercial side of things. Yes, they'll have people on the board, but their main focus is the sporting side of things. And if Manchester United are out of the Champions League, which brings in a lot of money, let's not forget we could be out of Europe completely if we don't get our act together. The way we're playing, we're not even going to make the Conference League right now. Gate receipts, gate revenues, that all comes in. That's what Ineos are in charge of. If Ten Hag has not met them targets and got into Europe, guaranteeing Champions League football next season, or has at least brought a trophy in to give him a little bit of grace and a bit of time and goodwill, then he's going to be out of a job in the summer. That's how I see Ineos working. And if I was coming into a football club, ploughing this amount of money in, then I would definitely be looking at that, because they're going to get nothing back for their investment. And if anyone thinks that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is just coming in because he's a United fan and just wants to look at the sport and invest into Manchester United with no return, then you need your head testing. He is going to want some return. And if that means he can get a better manager in place that's going to work better alongside them and what they want from Manchester United and the structure and the philosophy that they want to embed into the club again, making Manchester United great again and at the top, that's what their message was. That's their goal. If Ten Hag doesn't get United into Europe next season, he is out of the door. I cannot see Ineos clinging on to Ten Hag if he doesn't get Manchester United into Champions League, or in fact get them the FA Cup, something like that. Ten Hag has to produce in this next 4 months. That's how I see it. Stephanie says, Garnacho, 10 goals, 62 appearances. Sancho, 12 goals, 82 appearances. Anthony, 8 goals, 65 appearances. Olise has got 5 this season alone. He's been out half of it with with a hamstring injury. Need I say more? And that's for Crystal Palace under Roy Hodgson as well. No disrespect to Roy Hodgson. Love the guy. Proper football character. Eric's ego won't allow him to micromanage. He should be out the door now, says Mark. I feel like the writing is on the wall unless we get results. I do hope that the conversations that are going on are actually being taken seriously by Ten Hag, and he knows where he stands. Like the reports coming out, Ineos, some people are saying, are still 50-50 on Ten Hag and whether or not Manchester United will actually be keeping him. So yeah, he's not comfortable. By no way stretch of the imagination is Ten Hag comfortable, and he needs to perform. I think Spurs next league game for United. Wow, that is not a game you want. That is not a game that you want. Manchester United could have certain people in position by then. Obviously, Sir David Brailsford will be in the stands again. If he hears that Manchester United crowd booing off that team at Old Trafford again, and we lose to Spurs straight away, I just don't see how Ten Hag turns it around. He needs to win the FA Cup. This is the only thing that will save his job, I feel. If he doesn't make Champions League, that is. So for me, yeah, big task ahead. Spurs didn't employ Hag on his charisma issue. Guess they got it right. Spurs finished out of Europa last season. Yes, they did. Don't think that's got anything to do with us right now. Different standards. I just can't wait for Dan Ashworth and Paul Mitchell to be here. With them two together, we could be world class in recruiting players. Yes, we should be up there with the best for recruitment. Again, we should at least have a plan. We're only 14 likes away from the 150 mark, guys. So please do give the video a like. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I know it's not ideal time again, but all of your views are much appreciated. Don't forget, we will be back with any breaking news as it happens through the day. And, of course, back at 6:30 tonight as well, guys. So, yeah, make sure you've got that one all set in the diary. That happens every single night, obviously, as you know. And, yeah, building up to what feels like a really long break, doesn't it? Anyway, we have other news to get through. And that is more news regarding Manchester United's centre-back issue. Now, I said yesterday regarding Manchester United and everything that we were looking at centre-back wise, I didn't realise at the time that any statement was going to come out. And we don't know if the statement that has come out about Ineos saying there is no permanent signings in January is true. That is just being reported right now and doing the rounds. But Fabrizio Romano has come out and confirmed again that Spurs and Chelsea are both looking very, very unlikely for Jean-Claude Todibo now. Spurs 100% collapsed. They're looking down other routes. Like we said yesterday, they are interested in Dragusin, the Romanian Genoa centre-back. And they are expected to put a bid in for them. So they're out. Chelsea not looking in January, apparently, with Fabrizio, or looking at Todibo to sign him in January. So this all falls back into United's hands. And Fabrizio Romano has come out and said, do watch out for Manchester United with Todibo. Now, onto that as well, there's other news coming out today from Madrid, and Carlo Ancelotti has been talking about what their targets are, and significantly that Real Madrid are not looking to bring in any centre-backs at the moment. So that rules out Rafael Varane. Real Madrid will not be bidding for Rafael Varane in January. Now, this now looks like, for me, we are seeing the end of Rafael Varane at the end of this season. He's going to end up walking away on a free transfer and United will lose out. So, unless Saudi come in, I think Rafael Varane is going to be at the club for the rest of this season, and we will end up losing out on any fee at all. So I feel like that's why it's quite significant from what Carlo Ancelotti has said today. But it does bring in the option of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos. Romano has said Ineos could play a massive part in Todibo, obviously because they own Nice. That's where Todibo is playing. Spurs are out. Chelsea not in a position to do anything in January. Manchester United lose a centre-back in Raphael Varane in the summer, and Todibo then walks through the door with the deal signed with Manchester United for the right price. And obviously because the rules have not been upheld, or the vote for the Premier League clubs was that you can sign players and move players between different owned clubs under that umbrella, i.e. Sir Jim Ratcliffe owns Nice, Sir Jim Ratcliffe owns a part of Manchester United. We are allowed to bring players from Nice. That rule was up for debate with the Premier League, and it voted against it, so we are able to do that. So Todibo is well and truly on the table for Manchester United come the summer. Fabrizio has said it. Watch United for Todibo. Again, I'll look at the comments that came out where it said that no permanent deals are going to be done in January. And then Manchester United losing Varane in the summer, all work in line with a possible signing for United in Todibo come the window opening in July. And I think that's where we're going to end up. That's where United are going to end up spending their money, I feel. Nothing in January, like it's been said, only loans. I can see a forward coming in, and Werner on loan would work for United, like I've said. It would give us that backup. I think anything United can work out in January would be loan with possibly an option to make permanent. I think they've been clever in the Reguilon and the Amrabat deals. We know that Reguilon has gone back. We know that Amrabat is going to go back to Fiorentina in the summer as well. So where do United need? We could possibly be losing Donny van der Beek to Frankfurt. So out of all the players that are leaving right now and could possibly go in the summer, there's still not a lot of money being made. I'll go back to it. Everything is going to come down to whether or not Ten Hag is in at Manchester United come the summer. All of the plans revolve around whether Ten Hag's still Manchester United's manager in the summer. Is Antony going to have to be sold to bring in the likes of an Olise? Is Sancho going to come back and actually be part of Manchester United or sold on? I feel like we've got him at Dortmund now, hoping that he can add value and we can sell him in the summer and use that money to invest into the club. Varane, I feel, isn't going to sign that knockdown deal. Neither is Casemiro. I think Casemiro's deal is longer than Varane's though, so we have got an option to make money off Casemiro if we want to sell him in the summer. We have over 150 likes as well, guys. Thank you so much. Around 400 in the room with us right now. Please do give the video a like, guys. Share the video and subscribe if you are tuning in for the first time. We're just going through all of the possible transfer situations with United right now. There is a lot of loan talk as well. Hugo, Shoretire, obviously Ahmad, Hannibal as well. All of these players could possibly going out on loan for Manchester United this January. And the big news is that Jadon Sancho is going to be done and dusted in the next few days. And that issue is out of Ten Hag's hands now. But the way I look at it, in terms of Manchester United's revenues and what we've got to spend, I think there will be a little bit of investment from Ineos in the summer. I don't think it's going to be a lot. I think Manchester United could be looking at a very similar budget of around about the 100 million mark in the summer, unless we sell players. I feel big decisions are going to need to be had, and the players that I think will bring Manchester United money in, I can honestly see right now, going off what's happened from yesterday, and this is what United are in the transfer window. It changes from day to bleeding day, doesn't it? The outlook completely shifts. So for me, I feel like it's going to be Sancho, Antony, Varane, Casemiro. They're the big guns I feel will be out in the summer. And we could possibly see Ten Hag go out in the summer as well. That's at the moment where I stand with everything from what we're reading. I'm going to get into the comment section now and get into your guys' questions and thoughts. So if you have got any questions for me, hit me up right now. Madrid need Maguire, especially now. Mike LUHG has signed for them. Man United will beat Spurs, says Deselli. Really confident. I like it. Mark, we have lost the changing room. Players didn't want to work. Wigan will be easy peasy. I don't think it will. Depending on what team we pick, I think he'll go strong in that one. Does Manchester United have a video analyst? Do they pay it back? Do they play it back to Anthony? Louis van Gaal did have this. And you can remember Gary Neville's comments about what Van Gaal was implementing. I actually held my hands up because you could actually see what... The only manager that's coming to United post Alex Ferguson, you could see what he was trying to do, was Van Gaal. He was the only manager that actually had a style of play. Varane is younger than Maguire. Why is Varane getting shipped off but Slabhead isn't? Varane is on nearly twice the amount of money that Maguire is on. That's why. And he has got one more year extra than Varane on his contract. So it's an easy get rid of to balance the books wage-wise, I feel. That's why Varane is being pushed out. Just see what else we've got here. Why don't want any nice players? I don't know what you mean by that, UK Strains. Tadibo has to want to come to United. I think, Clinton, on that one, I think he does want to come to United, but I think he still has to be convinced by what United are doing, what the plan is. That's why he didn't sign in the summer. He's well documented and there's plenty of interviews going around and cover what he was actually saying, why he didn't move in the summer. It's because he wasn't convinced by United. I think we can build up a structure to convince him and a plan going forward, I feel now, with what's about to happen with the 25% of Ineos. I feel like we're actually in a position where we could actually get that now. Domingo, could we do a loan deal for Tadibo in January? Loan with an option to buy, that is open. Yes, we can, Domingo. That is a good plan, a good idea. But I feel like it would only, because we've got Lindelof, we've got Maguire both coming back, we've got Martinez coming back, we've already got Varane, we've got Camberwalla as well in there. I feel like the club want to move players on first, and if we can't move any centre-backs on in January, I don't think they'll make that move. I think they'll want him still playing and getting game time in Nice. Maybe we can do a pre-contract agreement or something along them lines. But I feel like unless Varane leaves in January, Tadibo won't come to Manchester United. And with what Ancelotti said today regarding Real Madrid not after a centre-back this window, I can't see Varane going until the summer. Might as well get Rooney back if we're getting Timo. Guarantee Timo Werner can run faster than Wayne Rooney right now. Clinton says, sell Maguire and McTominay to Nice for 150 million. Sorted, job done. Crazy world. You're playing FIFA again. Neville White, usual club spin, monitoring, scouting, looking at, etc. But no chance of getting. Hopefully that changes. Gray 100 says, sorry, got to dash. Chimney sweep just nicked the cowl off the chimney. Luckily missed my jag. Jesus. Hopefully everything is all right there. Michael Manny says, who has the last say on buying players? Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Ten Hag, or the Glazers? It's between the player and his representatives, Eric Ten Hag and Ineos. They're the three that need to veto the deal. I say Ineos and not... I'm saying Ineos, it is United, but they are running the sporting side of Manchester United, as we know. So anything that's going to happen in terms of players coming in permanently is... Ten Hag does have his say, his third say. He has to veto it, and all three have to agree. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. This is what happened with David De Gea. That's the current situation right now. Whether or not Ineos will change that, I think that will determine, obviously, Eric Ten Hag's future as well. But Ten Hag has to sign off on it. The club has to sign off on it, and the player and his representatives also have to sign off on it. That's how it works. Ahmad to play more, please. I agree with that one. That should be interesting. Michael Manning, yep, thank you for that one. Mark Harris, Alex Ferguson family are very close to McTominay's family. Does it make sense now? I can't see that having too much of a say. I think Manchester United are about to change completely, and this is where I think a lot of the fan base will judge Ineos, and if they are serious about taking United forward, because a lot of fans will want big decisions on what we've seen as so-called Manchester United favourites over the last few years. And I think that's where Ineos and their structure is going to come under scrutiny with a lot of the fan base also. Because if we start seeing McTominay continuously play going into the Ineos era, then everyone's going to be like, well, nothing has changed, has it? Gary Neville is such a biased hypocrite, claiming Lindelof and Varane have got to go to get a move onto the future. When you literally have Maguire and Evans. I think Evans ultimately is coming to the end anyway. I feel like if you're going to get, I think what Gary Neville said, if you're getting rid of Varane, you have to get rid of Lindelof. Lindelof has been at the club for so long, part of one of the big problems, in my opinion. Lindelof is getting his contract extension. He may end up going in in the summer. We don't know. Maybe this is the plan. But the facts, and to round up the show, Sancho deal done next few days. Manchester United have targeted Michael Olise from Crystal Palace for the summer. The trigger for the release clause is well within Manchester United's budget, but they will come up against serious competition from the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool also for that signature. Romano saying that Todibo watch United on this situation because it looks like Chelsea and Spurs are a no-go. Obviously, Todibo is at Nice, owned by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That could be happening only if Manchester United out some defenders in the window. Otherwise, Manchester United, likes of Olise, Todibo, them sort of signings, you're going to be seeing them in the summer. Nothing apparently is going to happen in January for Manchester United, permanent deal-wise. At max, 2 loans in, that is it. The priority is getting players out. There are your update. That is your update for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Make sure you do pop back at 6:30 this evening, where I'll be back live again, going over the rest of the day's talking points. And yeah, thank you so much again, everybody. Great show, great contributions, great comment section. I will see you all later on. Make sure you do give the video a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are watching for the first time, and we'll see you later on this evening. Thanks, everybody.